I'm starting this channel because a lot of people feel spiritually stuck, a desire to follow Christ, but unsure how to live with clarity, direction, or purpose. Men especially feel this tension, wanting more than surface level faith, but not knowing exactly how to move forward. Scripture gives us a path for growth. This channel exists to walk that path intentionally. In the book of 2 Peter, there's a clear roadmap for spiritual maturity. It doesn't just talk about what we believe, it shows how faith is meant to grow. Faith isn't static, it is progressive. Faith and purpose aren't just theological ideas, they're meant to become lived realities. This channel is built around that progression. The Bible does not call us to remain spiritual infants. Maturity means discernment, discipline, and responsibility. It means learning how to think clearly, act intentionally, and live faithfully. This isn't about hype or emotion, it's about formation. And that brings us to a concept that ties everything together. Throughout history, warriors did not fight for themselves. They lived under a banner. A banner represented authority, allegiance, identity, and even mission. It governed how you live, how you fought, what you're willing to sacrifice for. As I've studied what it truly means to follow Christ, I've seen remarkable similarities between Christianity and Bushido, the code of conduct that samurais once lived by, especially the concepts of dying to self, unswerving loyalty to a master, and devotion to family. For the samurai, living under a banner wasn't merely symbolic. It was formative, forging them into the warriors that they would become. To live under a banner means submitting your life to something greater than yourself. Scripture uses that same idea. As believers, we don't belong to ourselves. We were bought at a price. Our identity, conduct, and purpose flow from allegiance to Christ. Spiritual maturity is learning how to live under His banner, not drifting, not improvising, but fully aligned. Men are not built for passivity. We need challenge, discipline, and a mission worth committing to. When men aren't disciplined, they drift. This channel exists to form men to mature, grounded believers who live with intention. Scripture talks about milk and meat for a reason. Milk is good. Milk is necessary. Milk is where growth begins. But milk is a prelude, not the destination. Milk prepares you for meat. The problem isn't milk. The problem is never moving past it. What we don't do here is serve milk and cookies. By cookies, I mean spiritual junk food that makes you feel good, or maybe even a little inspired, but it doesn't produce maturity and oftentimes leads you in the wrong direction. If you're a new believer, or if you're just wanting to grow, but maybe you're not ready for meat yet, that is okay. You're absolutely welcome here. And honestly, this is where you need to be. I cover the basics in detail, but we don't stay there. Discipleship means moving forward. Growth is expected. And just to be clear, there is a big difference between spiritual growth and behavioral change. You can change your behavior without growing spiritually. This happens frequently in churches, but you cannot grow spiritually without seeing behavioral change. And we will discuss this often. To start, we'll do an in-depth walkthrough of the process laid out in 2 Peter. We'll talk about spiritual maturity, discipline, finding your passion, and developing your purpose. We'll challenge confusion and drift, always in service of growth. This is about formation, not performance. What changed my life wasn't the hype of positive feel-good messages or emotional experiences. It was seeking Christ through Scripture, understanding my place, and a desire to live a life worthy of His calling. I want to help others find clarity, purpose, and direction, especially in this culture now where there's so much confusion and so much misdirection. If you want to grow intentionally, if you want to move toward maturity, if you want to live under the banner of Christ as a spiritual warrior, then join me.